And we are wrestling with WWE Royal Rumble. It was last Saturday. It took place in San Antonio, Texas, at the Alamo Dome. Attendance was 51,338. Um, was this the best Royal Rumble in the whole wide world? Probably not. I know a lot of people were shitting on it because, oh, it was too predictable of who was going to win. People people have been waiting for Cody Rhodes to win this match for 6 months, and he actually does it, and people are upset about it. Like, come on.
Well, no, nobody expected Sammy to actually come out looking like he could actually be the one who beats Roman,
And he's not.
and the fact that we have Jay now mixed up in this is that Jay's story hasn't been Jay's story all along.
Right.
But we'll get to that.
We'll get into that. But overall, was it predictable? Yes. Was it bad predictable? No. I enjoyed the show. Um, Again, it's not a Royal Rumble we'll be talking about for years to come, but
Yeah,
it was
I
definitely
mean,
a way to kill 4 hours.
I think the thing that people are upset most about is the fact that the winner was number 30 again. Um, the fact that number one and two were in there at the end again. You know, there's I think people they just want more of they really want more of the random element, yeah, to be apparent.
Well, what did you think of the show as a whole?
It was it was interesting. I'm I'm really surprised they did the men's first. Um, kind of made everybody think, "Holy shit, Rock's showing up tonight." Um, I mean, this has been their longest pay per view. I think since WrestleMania 33.
Hmm.
I mean,
Um,
over 4 hours.
Hopefully that's another trend that will continue. But what did you think of the show as a whole, Kaliko?
Where to start? Let me start with this. People complaining about the prediction. Stop reading dirt sheets. Simple as that. Like, there's a reason, you could choose to read it or not. I mean, did everyone know in New Orleans knowing Daniel Bryan was winning the title take away the joy of Daniel Bryan winning the title? Right? Like,
True. Yeah.
to me, you can know the outcome, but I care more about how you get to the outcome. Now, how we got to the outcome is different because Cody coming in at 30, I get it, injury, don't want to fuck it up, got it. But some seeds that were planted in that Rumble was really, really good. Like, they could go several different ways that I seen, right? And plus, they went the male first because Brock don't get paid by the hour. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? but Lashley get eliminated by Lesnar, and that look on his face alone, being a meme, is just enough, right? Um, the show to me, it got me invested. It got me invested in the Mania because it everything went the way it was supposed to go. That's the whole point. Like you don't really want to swerve it. You just care about how they got there, right? Cody got there by being 30, fine. Um, Gunther had a hell of a performance, which to me, okay, that's awesome. Um, Rollins is in a little shuffle trying to figure out what he's going to do with Mania. That's fine. He could go Logan Paul. Logan Paul could go with Ricochet. Austin Theory still needs a fucking opponent because he's yelling the champ is here. It 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 set up different roadmaps that they could go with, right?
Right.
The women's match was probably that was the most surprising. Everyone probably thought Rhea was going to win, but they didn't think she was going to win from one, right? Like, and the fact that it was mostly like the one thing I liked about it is it didn't depend on nostalgia. It actually got people who were supposed to be in the rumble, and they served their purpose, right? With the exception of maybe like a Corbin or whatever the case may be, right? That's what I liked about the rumble. Everyone had a reason to be in it, and it wasn't just like cheap pop of Jeff Jarrett. No shade, Jeff Jarrett. So to me, it got me hooked and got me ready for it because it's like, okay, now we're gonna see how the card really builds. Because keep in mind, after the chamber, there's no more pay per views, so it's just straight story mode.
Right.
So that, which is a big difference, which is what we've been clamoring for in the first place because we felt Fastlane was kind of like a pseudo predictor of Mania.
Right.
I mean, but yeah, considering that, yeah, the chamber matches really only affect one WrestleMania match now, and then that's who Bianca's facing. Um, it. I mean, there's honestly, there's really not a reason to watch Elimination Chamber. If you really think about it. Oh, great, they're doing an Elimination Chamber for the U.S. title. Whoop-dee. Why should I care?
Because Sami Zayn is wrestling Roman on that show, and you
Yeah,
want to see
yes,
the
yes.
next. You want to see the next, arc of the storyline.
Yes, but the event is called Elimination Chamber. You,
Okay,
you, you don't you don't have a Royal Rumble and say, oh, the winner gets to shot the Intercontinental title.
but that's what Austin Theory said with the Money in the Bank this year.
Because nobody would buy him actually stealing both titles from Roman. They wouldn't be sure which title he would challenge for.
All right, well, let's get into it. Cody Rhodes won the men's Royal Rumble match in a 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 42 seconds. Um, Personally, not the most, all-inspiring Royal Rumble match. But I don't feel like the last 2, 3 years of the Royal Rumble has been all that, you know, memorable. The Royal Rumble match itself being memorable, but the matches under the card have been. Um, like Kaliko said, it serves its purpose. We've been reporting that Cody Rhodes was going to win this match since June. Um, so yeah, at the end of the day, I was satisfied with the outcome. Scooter.
Yeah, it was it was a satisfying outcome. I will say this: I kind of went, "Oh shit!" when Edge's music hit.
True.
Because I'm thinking, "Oh great," but I mean, all the previous Royal Rumble winners in this match really got kind of done dirty, except except for except for maybe Sheamus.
In what way?
Meaning they spent less time reminding everybody why they're former Royal Rumble winners.
Hmm.
Yeah, Brock eliminates 3 people, but he also gets thrown out in 3 minutes.
He's not paid by the hour, Scooter.
He's not paid by the minute either. Uh,
Yeah, he's paid for just being there. He gets perfect attendance.
I mean, I kind of having Lashley come out right after Brock. It's a a bit too like on the nose. I mean, I would have loved, I mean, how much Brock Gunther did we get? Like a
Maybe
minute or
30
so,
seconds?
a couple of like 1 or 2 suplexes. Uh, I mean,
I mean, yeah, I get your point. I see it.
but I see I see the logic in picking who uh was the final person in the ring with Cody. And correct me if I'm wrong, but Gunther, the former Walter, Cody wanted him to be one of his opponents on the Nightmare Tour.
I don't remember.
And uh, because Walter was, uh, as that was happening, Walter was becoming more part of Evolve, and then part of NXT UK. It just kind of didn't happen. Uh, it's also the Alamo Dome, so they're trying to top the their previous rumbles at the Alamo Dome. Keep in mind, it's the fourth Rumble in San Antonio, but only the third in uh, the Alamo Dome because I believe 2017 was in the AT&T Center.
No. That was
Or was it 2007?
probably 2007.
It was 2000. No, but yeah, the Undertaker winning what Undertaker Shawn Michaels. That was not the Alamo Dome. That was the AT&T Center.
Yeah. What say you, Kaliko? What was your thoughts on this match?
Personally, I like the order. I like the order it came. Because you want to know why? Because it built on top of each other, right? Like, like Lesnar coming out, and it was like, oh, like, I think the order was. Correct me if I'm wrong. That order when it was Braun, Lesnar, Lashley, then Dominic. It was like a little crescendo. It was like a physical, like Walter started off made it physical, and then every person, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2, just made it way more physical, and you just knew it was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. It was like, uh oh, somebody about to get yoked. So somebody got to get their ass beat, right? It was like a gang of people, and it was like, who gonna be the one to get their ass whooped right around here, right? Especially when Lashley and Lesnar came up, because they're kind of like, okay. Then he gets eliminated, and it's like, oh shit. Sheamus and McIntyre were in there a long fucking time.
Yes.
See, McIntyre is the only Royal Rumble winner who didn't get done that dirty.
Uh,
Um,
by the way, 2017 was the Alamo Dome.
But yeah,
2007 was the AT&T Center. Also,
oh yeah, 2017 was the Alamo Dome because remember they had the scooter that he used to like ride. They had the scooter he used to ride out. Uh, the order was good. The people that needed to shine got shine, like Dominic Mysterio, because I think this gave him a little bit of credibility.
it
In
was
the sense
definitely
that he
his
could
best
hang,
showing.
right? That's what I'm saying. It gave him the credibility it could hang, and considering that he was the last member of Judgment Day to be eliminated,
Right.
so build up could possibly. Um, I'm trying to think of who else. People that had a good outing. Logan Paul. I mean, he for him, it's impressive. Although I think that Ricochet spot was a monkey spot, but everything else kind of told what it was did what it was supposed to do. Like I said, everything was meant, everything fitted for its purpose in that match. It wasn't an elimination that happened where you was like, well, what the fuck was that for, right?
Right.
Like, you see what I'm saying? So that's why I think it was a good Royal Rumble because the elimination, who got eliminated by whom made sense.
here's an interesting statistic. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Five of the final, uh, 5 of the 8 superstars that got more than one elimination were former Royal Rumble winners. Uh, Gunther and Cody both had 5.
Hmm. Well, Kaliko mentioned, the Paul Ricochet spot, which I thought was one of the highlights of the match. I like Personally, I liked it. And people saying Cody was a predictable win, obviously, but else was going to win the match? And if they won the match, wouldn't you have said, "What the fuck, Cody didn't win," right?
Well,
Yeah,
that's why we're fickle. We're fickle. We'll get pissed at something being too predictable, and then when it doesn't happen, we'll be pissed that it didn't happen.
Scooter, how many stars do you give the match?
I I will give it. I'll give it 4, only on because on NXT last Tuesday, Vic says to Booker, "Okay, Booker, what number did you draw?" And Booker plays it off like, "Nah, man, I'm not in the match." And then, Soka!
All right, Kaliko, how many stars do you give the match?
I agree. It's a 4. It's a solid 4. It did what it's supposed to do. Served its purpose. Everything had a rhyme and reason with it. It wasn't helter skelter. It was literally textbook, and you can't get mad at something that's supposed to happen.
I give it a 3. Like everybody else said, what happened was supposed to happen, and it worked. But not everything that happened was as memorable as maybe it should have been, or at least maybe the participants were. All right, that brings us to our next match. The Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. Bray Wyatt defeated LA Knight in 5 minutes and 5 seconds. And there was an appearance by Uncle Howdy. Yeah. Um. So, yeah. First time match. You don't really know what to expect, and
I mean, I swear to God, I hope people wash their hands who are sitting, like, cause, I mean, because, hey, I they got that luminol out. If you got, blood or semen on your hands, you're fucked. Um, by the way, Bray Wyatt was not covered in any sort of paint.
it was a mask.
No, no, I mean, you're ruining the joke, James.
Oh, okay. Just that's a semen joke. Okay, cool.
I mean, I would have looked like a Jackson Pollock painting. I'm surprised. I'm surprised Ellie Knight looks so clean.
All right. Honestly, not knowing what to expect of this match, so not having big expectations, I actually really enjoyed this match. It was kind of like neon bowling, but with wrestling, and
I, uh, I used to play dark light pool uh, at my local pool hall. They had one table downstairs set up for blacklight billiards, and that's what this was.
honestly, I got it all. I got for uh for a company that's literally done everything in WWE. I've never seen this before, and I enjoyed it. It wasn't
See,
too long either. It did what it needed to do. But what say you,
see
Jim?
what? But one uh, that's kind of a that's kind of been a little bit of a tendency with Bray Wyatt and Royal Rumble matches. Um, but for a fact that this was a match that was sponsored, I'm really surprised there was no Mountain Dew used in this match.
But that would have just been tacky.
I mean, tacky as Cody taking a sip at the press conference and saying, it's fantastic. It's the first time I've had sugar in 3 months."
No, that's just being good to your sponsors.
I mean, God, it's not like they have other flavors. Hold on, let me take a sip of my Mountain Dew Major Melon.
I mean, did you want Bray Wyatt to have a Mountain Dew pitch black tattooed on his ass?
No, I wanted two of the women to compete in the first ever Mountain Dew Major Melons match.
I feel like that's something they do on AEW.
No, I feel that's something Harvey Weinstein does. And we're canceled.
Please send your hate tweets to at Scooter Dust.
JJ993
Anything that he says on this show,
it
it does
is
not
approved
reflect
by
the views
James.
of wrestling with entertainment.
Is approved by Wrestling with Entertainment. Thank you.
So you wanted them to shower each other in Mountain Dew, be like a
I'm
kiddie
just
pool,
I,
and
I
then
I'm surprised Bray didn't pour it on himself and do in like the 1989 Batman where Vicky Vale throws water in the Joker's face. He goes, it burns! It burns! And he just looks at it and just laughs.
yes.
The question is, okay, we had where where I mean, where is I guess if we have Uncle Happy, do we have Auntie Goodbye or
Did you say howdy?
like Howdy Howdy Piper?
I think that's Ronda Rousey. Um, what say you, Kaliko? What was your thoughts on the match?
Highlight of the night, finding out that the green guy's shirt glows.
So you don't think much of it. That's what I'm gathering.
I was like, wait a minute, his shirt's glowing? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, also, who do you think was Howdy here?
Wasn't it Bo Dallas?
I mean, I don't remember Bo Dallas ever doing a spot like that.
I
Uh,
mean, unless Bo Dallas got some real estate to sell you, then yeah.
I'm not entirely sure if it's true or not, or if it was just a shit post or whatever. People did see Jeff Hardy coming into Texas that day.
I doubt that was Jeff Hardy. I still think it's Cameron Grimes.
I mean, it looked like some shit he would do, but no.
And considering Cameron Grimes was trained by the Hardys,
Oh, that's true. But when you hear Howdy's laugh, you could make up a connection between the Bo Dallas laugh and the Howdy laugh, and I think that that's one of the reasons he does that laugh.
ooh, howdy, howdy, howdy.
Um,
So you saying you just need to believe that it's Bo?
I need to believe that it's Bo. Um,
Believe me the hell alone.
what was that one time in NXT? He gave us cookies, and we ate the cookies. Mrs. What was Mrs. Fields will sponsor a match going
Oh
forward.
yeah, that's right.
All right. Scooter, how many stars do you give this match? The Mountain Dew. This match was sponsored by Mountain Dew Pitch Black. Do the Dew in Pitch Black.
This rating is sponsored by my middle finger. 1.
Oh, 1 star.
1 star.
Kaliko, how many stars do you give this?
Two, just because the green guy's shirt glowed. I was like, damn, I didn't know it. It served a purpose. I mean, he got all those free tickets, so at least he got something.
I like the match. I give it 3.5. That brings us to our next match. Bianca Belair defeated Alexa Bliss for the WWE Raw Women's Championship in 7 minutes and 35 seconds. Um, to say this match had no place on the card is an understatement. It was just your generic match that didn't do anything for either goal. It could have been on uh this card. It could have not. I don't think people would have cared one way or the other. Scooter, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it really could have been a lot better, but they really cut a lot. It seems like they cut a lot of time from the actual matches for actual story, which is not a bad thing.
Would you say that the tribal court just went too long that they had to cut this match short, or was this WWE's way of saying hey Nikki and Brie Bella, fuck you?
Uh,
Kaliko, what did you think about the match?
Um, Alexa, I mean, it just served a purpose to bring Alexa home. That's basically what it did. One step closer to coming home. The question is though, Who the fuck is gonna be Bianca's gonna face? Because
Well, the last four women eliminated from the Rumble are in the chamber match, along with Natalia and another competitor to be decided.
well, not Natalia. Okay. So
So that leaves us four people.
just the four people, whoever, which was Asuka, Liv.
Oh, you know,
Who?
for some reason, I really thought Asuka was doing a Great Muta tribute until people started saying, "Oh, she's back to being Kana."
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, ah, and there's a little bit of there's a story element in this match that I'm kind of a little peeved with.
Bianca and
No, no, oh God, no. Oh no, no, no. I'm talking. No, never mind. I'm skipping ahead. I'm a dingus. I'm thinking about the because
The
we started
Royal
talking.
Rumble.
Yeah, we
yeah.
started talking about who's Bianca's opponent. But no, this is my comment is for the women's Royal match. So
All right, let's
I'll see.
get past this Bianca match, which served no purpose.
Uh,
I give it 2 stars, and I'm being generous with that. Scooter,
mm,
how many stars?
I will also give it two.
Kaliko.
Two, because it didn't serve a purpose. No story to it. So
All right, that brings us to our next match. Rhea Ripley won the 30 Women Royal Rumble in 1 hour, 1 minute, and 3 seconds. Um, when the only reason I knew Rhea Ripley was actually going to win this match was something that Kaliko has been saying for the last 3, 4 years of the trend of whoever wins the men's Royal Rumble translates to who wins the women. Whether it was Becky and Seth, Nakamura and Asuka, or Ronda and um, Lesnar.
What's the
But
connection between Cody and Rhea then?
number 30, number
redemption,
1.
Yeah,
redemption,
yeah, but
redemption in 31. But it's redemption because Rhea's going after Charlotte for redemption. Cody's going for Roman to get the belt for redemption for the family. Redemption is the theme.
All right,
Gotcha.
now, but I will say that I did call Rhea to win this match. She was my first pick. And honestly, I preferred the women's Royal Rumble match to the men. I thought the people that were in it made sense. I thought what they did went went on well, and I just enjoyed it a little bit more than the men. But what say you, Scooter?
I liked it. Um, you know what? Unfortunately, we can't say about Rhea Ripley in this victory. She didn't. She wasn't any longer than Rey Mysterio.
She wasn't.
No,
Yeah,
Ray was
no,
62 minutes and 12 seconds.
that's right. Her future father-in-law.
The mommy for dummy. Uh, a lot of my NXT picks calls were there. Uh, Chelsea Green was someone we really knew was probably going to be in it. I didn't realize she was going to get bushwhacker butched. Just bushwhacked. I mean,
That she did.
Uh, um, the fact that Michelle McCool was revealed and she didn't even realize it.
She wrestled in Uggs, the boots.
But to me, that's the obvious indicator that she's going into the Hall of Fame.
Hmm. Is it?
I think it is. Yeah, I think she is the primary female marquee name for the Hall of Fame. Um, and of course, the return. The fact that somebody in production botched Nia Jax's entrance. I mean, that's like, I don't know if that was like a happy accident or just clever foreshadowing. Like, I'm surprised there wasn't a spot where she fell and said, "Bye hole!"
Oh well, they would have had to brought Lana back for that.
Uh, um, the fact that, uh, uh, the fact that, Dew dropped off the earth, uh,
And she's a Niven again.
hmm, uh, the, who,
Oh,
wait, hold on. I'm trying to remember the thing I was going to say. Yes. Liv Morgan, Asuka, Nikki Cross, Raquel Rodriguez are in the Elimination Chamber match along with Natalia. I think the last person in that is going to be, I believe, it, I believe it's going to be Piper. Um, the and the main problem I had was the ending of the match. Asuka, Rhea, Liv, they're on the apron. Hey, do you remember what Liv Morgan used to show us before every match?
I didn't think we could talk about it before getting cancelled.
I'm talking about, of course, I can't. And the question I would ask, like, which Smurf did she blow this time? Because she always had a blue tongue. The fact that Liv got a face full of blue mist and wasn't immune to it, um, kind of took me out of it. I'm like, ah, but nobody realized that Rhea took Asuka out with a 619.
Oh, that's right.
Um, I and technically, also, technically, Rey Mysterio is still in the men's rumble. Um, technically, with that move, Rhea got back in the ring and then back out to the apron to the middle rope. When you think about it,
And if her foot hit the mat while she was inside the ring, that would make sense. But I don't think her
it
feet ever touched.
it did.
Okay.
One at least did. I I I'm not a fan of the. I'm not a fan of the skin the cat elimination,
Hmm.
uh, especially from the apron. And it that would have made sense for Liv.
I mean,
That
most people
it.
don't reach that far.
I know that's the point, but that doesn't make sense for Rhea. I mean, is it the fact like, okay, we're supposed to believe she has really strong legs? Is it a metaphor for her grip on Dom?
Like,
It's like, uh, number one again. They're really trying to kill the statistics.
I mean, it's not like they showed the statistics anymore.
Yeah, which probably should have been our first clue.
Yeah. All right. Kaliko, your thoughts on the match?
Actually, I agree. It was pretty enjoyable. I will say that. Is it memorable though? That's the question. So to me, real winning makes sense because who she picked, and that's why I told you there's a theme with these things. It's this year's theme was comeback. So it's comeback and redemption. She wants to come back for Charlotte because think about it, she had lost her way ever since she lost to Charlotte.
Right. And this is probably the
And
best version of Rhea we've seen in a WWE ring.
exactly. And then Cody lost his way since he got fired. So so he's back. So that's it. So but the back to the women's match. It was enjoyable one. I will say it was more enjoyable than the men's. That for sure to me. Because it was the fact that the surprises they had made sense, and then when Nia came in, which we all know I like Nia, but Nia came in, they all just like get this bitch out.
Mm-hmm.
I think I
Night,
don't know if
night,
that was
night is
like
my night is my bay.
not. I mean, it was like get this hoe out of here. Raquel had a good showing. Roxanne had a good showing.
WrestleMania
No,
running wild.
no Gigi. Uh,
Obviously, she didn't do what she could have done for that pair of shoes.
I sucked dick for a number in the Rumble.
yeah, I guess she should have got 30 if that was the case. But but yeah, yeah, pretty enjoyable. I would say that it was a good one. It's solid. The right person won because of who she picked, and
Right.
plus we didn't think who would have had been a credible winner, right? Like that's the other part of it. Like it's only a handful of like I say it was Rhea's and maybe that's it. Rhea and Bailey.
Yeah.
Bailey was my
That
pick.
hasn't won it yet.
Bailey was my
Because
pick to win.
because the only reason it makes sense for Bailey to win is Bailey went for Bianca. But I think Bailey is gonna be in the.
Well,
I think she's gonna go to the chamber and fight Bianca at Mania.
uh,
No.
no, uh, I, I wouldn't be surprised if they did Bailey and Logan Paul against Seth and Becky.
Oh God, no. No? No.
Um, because I mean, we had Becky and Bailey in a cage. But what what does it makes no sense for Becky or Bailey to be Bianca's opponent, uh, because Becky doesn't really cut it. Becky doesn't need that redemption.
No, she doesn't.
Bailey, Bailey,
She's had too many
in terms of story,
opportunities.
it doesn't make any sense for her to be that redemption. It
Oh no, redemption and comeback was just the theme for the Royal Rumble winners, not
uh,
for the
uh,
whole goddamn.
I think I think it's it's most likely going to be Asuka and Bianca.
I mean, I
Unless they do, unless somehow Ronda gets in and it's Ronda and Bianca.
well,
I'm just letting you know if Asuka is facing Bianca, Bianca's done.
Uh, here's the thing though.
Asuka is somebody that hasn't won the main event of WrestleMania, so I mean, she's looking for some type of redemption as well.
Uh, here's the thing though. We we know that you know we're assuming that what's happening with Uncle Howdy and Alexa is because of Bray. What if it's because of Asuka?
You know, I mean, they was tag team partners, so that would make sense.
Yeah, that's the conclusion I'm drawing here.
Well, I mean, no, this is a hot take, 100%. You got a story with possibly Alexa and Asuka. You have to have something pertaining to Becky at Mania. You can't just leave her off the card. You have Rhea and Charlotte.
See,
Do
here's
you hold on? Do you need Bianca Belair to defend her title at WrestleMania?
she's going to.
I mean, matches have been cut before.
Yeah, except the elimination chamber match
She
has been
better.
announced. The elimination chamber match has been announced. The
She
winner
ha-
will face Bianca.
yeah. So she better because now
At Mania. Yeah.
she's she's Black Charlotte Flair.
So you're saying that her title, even if she doesn't have a significant opponent, means more than maybe a quality story with maybe a Alexa Bliss and an Asuka.
I mean, I could even see it being Asuka and Alexa.
Triple threat?
I could see maybe Alexa does something to Asuka before the chamber.
Hmm.
Um, but then again, then we get a winner, and the other since the since Charlotte and Rhea, Roman and Cody are being based so much on story, then I would think they would do Raquel and Bianca just based on the match they could have
That might be
and
something.
the history that's there.
Is there any history though? Other than
You
Rhea
do you
and
rem-
Raquel are buddies, I know.
yeah do you remember when let's see uh Rhea became SmackDown Women's Champion. Rhea Bianca became Raw Women's Champion. and Raquel became NXT Women's Champion in the same weekend. They were all on NXT the following Tuesday.
Oh yeah, their own little champions curtain call, the next generation curtain call.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's right. They
Okay.
did.
Interesting.
But I mean, if that was the case, they would have just hot shotted Raquel straight to it.
Um. Well,
I mean,
I mean, it would make sense. I would say.
but they just also got done sacrificing Raquel to Ronda in order to build Charlotte.
True.
So that also kind of makes sense.
So, Scooter, how many stars do you give the women's Royal Rumble?
I'm looking 4.5.
Kalika?
Yeah, 4.5. Really good. I ain't gonna lie, really good. Great sequences too. Although my baby Naya, oh man, Naya and Emma and fucking, it was fucking five, because just the people who was in it, Naya, Emma, fucking Oscar, it was my dream pretty much.
Are you? Was you one of those people camping out at the local pizza parlor to get access to Nia Jax's OnlyFans?
I don't have to do all that. I could just drive up the street to Carlsbad, homie.
I give it 4.5 as well.
Car- Carlsbad Cavern is my nickname for Nia's. Never mind.
Next match: WWE Universal Undisputed Championship match. Roman Reigns defeated Kevin Owens in 19 minutes and 15 seconds. The match was predictable, so it wasn't easy to invest in the match because you knew what was going to happen. I think everybody was waiting for the aftermath anyway, which was, the inevitable Sami Zayn turning on the Bloodline turning on Sami Zayn. Um, Jay leaving the ring, considering he was the one that hated Sammy the most and took it the hardest. Everything after the match, honestly, I felt was great shit. Um, Scooter, your thoughts?
Oh, absolutely. Uh, absolutely. Um, some of the, some of the best storytelling that WWE's done in quite some time. Um, I mean, considering that the three combined the the three non-rumble matches on this on the card had a combined just a little over 30 minutes for the for the singles matches.
I mean, we were given a special performance by Hardy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Oh, so your reports are wrong. They didn't see Jeff Hardy getting coming to San Antonio. They saw Hardy.
it could be.
Jeff Hardy,
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
Jeff Hardy. Yeah.
Um, you know, this really becoming a habit. Somebody who you never think really is going to be in the title picture. Suddenly, the fans are behind them, and we're like, you know what? I think we might want to see this match more. But then you take even more rather you put even more into it by having the the only man in the bloodline who was against Sammy being a part of it being the one who attempts to redeem him. God damn it. Um, and now the question becomes, was this just a long gap in the story of Jey Uso?
How so?
I mean, why are you going to have one half of your longest reigning tag team champions just peace out? Uh, it's like, okay, how do you expect the Jimmy and Jay to be an effective tag team now? Um, especially when we really thought that it would be Sammy and KO against the Usos at Mania. I mean, unless they're pulling a Daniel Garcia,
Oh, it's 12.
and Jay decides to, you know, rededicate himself to the bloodline, at which point goodbye any further potential for a singles career. Because I'm getting the sense that Jay wants to be around more than Jimmy does. And if there's going to be a breakout single star from the bloodline that's actually blood, then it clearly has to be Jay.
I think he proved that in his first rivalry with Roman when he, made him when he made him acknowledge him at the beginning of all this.
Well, let's reverse it. Jay wasn't really acknowledged by choice. It was acknowledged by force, if you remember, right?
Right.
Because keep in mind, he the Hell in a Cell match, he just lost and ended up just having to be there because Alpha and Sika came out and was like, yeah, time to follow this guy. It wasn't because of, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think Jay, because remember, Jimmy came back and was like, fuck it all. Jay was doing, just telling him, hey man, let's not cause no trouble because, families at this and da 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 da. He never said, I wanted to. But then when he saw the success got to him. But I also could think, think of this. When Sammy's getting beat, he sees himself in Sammy.
Ooh. Okay.
Because remember,
The same
he
thing
got
happened to
beat
him.
and exactly. So now you see yourself in somebody who you despised, and then all of a sudden you go to bat for him. It breaks a man. And Kim, and before we get to that storyline, I need to talk about that match because fucking that match was just brutal, bro. When You remember when Jay and Roman first fought, and I said it was about an ass whooping, it wasn't about the match?
Right.
That's what that felt like. And when Roman threw KO's head through the back of them steps,
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
I was like, I damn near cut it off. I was like, bro, because I could feel my head hurting from that. Like, I was like, bro, like, it's one of those things where you can see yourself happening to you. You like, oh shit, now.
Yeah. It was definitely a
So,
brutal match.
so the match itself wasn't about the title. It was about proving a point, and that was Roman's point of proving a point. Remember? And every time he tried, the first time he tried to prove a point, he proved his point, but it was only because family got into it, and he was ruthless. This time, his arrogance got the best of him.
Mm.
And now Sammy's up the bat. Now the question is what's gonna happen with Jimmy. That just because he left doesn't mean that they have to function as a tag team. He could drop the titles, because keep in mind, we did have a storyline in NXT in which they only had one person representing both tag titles.
Well, no. I think it kind of becomes the freeboard rule in some sense, where maybe Solo could take over for Jay.
Or
Uh,
or what if Jay decides he wants a different tag team partner?
Oh, but it kind of I kind of feel like if your name isn't Uso, then maybe you shouldn't be
I mean,
considered.
but considering that Sammy and Jimmy,
Sammy and Jay teamed up.
Oh my God! Wow.
the Usos had a tag team title defense. Uh, Jimmy, it was the night following Tribal Court. So it was last week, and
Yeah, Jay and Sammy. Remember they did the 3D and everything.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
because I think that was the last place Jay was expecting to actually have to actually find any belief in Sammy. So with Jay and Sammy against Jimmy and Solo, and now we finally get Josh Uso
Josh
or
Uso.
John Uso, another J name, so they can still be the Usos. The Usos, wrestling an Uso.
Villanucci.
Feeling
So
douchey.
three Usos in a solo.
Yeah,
I hear Ted Danson will star.
think he should. All right. Like I said, great shit. Um, how many stars do you give the match, Scooter?
I will give it 4 for wrestling. I will give it 5 for storytelling.
I give the match itself 3 stars. You know what? 4 stars. I give the match itself 4 stars. I give the storyline afterwards 5.
I mean, you got to remember, when's the last time the WWE devoted this much time on a major 4 pay per view? By the way, to storytelling that
Right.
actually wasn't uh, surrounding somebody returning.
True. Uh, Kaliko,
4.5 just for always taking those two bumps. 5 for the story.
alright. Think that will, oh, actually, the show overall, how many stars, no, not how many stars. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, Scooter. The Royal Rumble, as a whole.
Thumbs 3/4 up.
Orange Cassidy, thumb.
Yeah.
Lazy thumb.
The thumb is at 10:30.
Kaliko,
I give a thumbs up. It got me invested. Afterwards, I was like, oh shit, I gotta make sure I got my tickets. So thumbs up.
I give it, Orange Cassidy, thumbs up as well. Alright, that will conclude, this, coverage of the Royal Rumble in this episode as a whole. Um, of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, both on YouTube and Castbox. Of course, this was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us this Tuesday as we interview Claudia Solis, and this Wednesday as we interview Cody Lane. Um, if you want to follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at Wrestling with E for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. You can follow me personally at JamesJ993. Where can we find Kaliko?
You can find me trying to run away as a slave because it's my wife's birthday weekend and she out here got me slaving. I'm Kaliko.
And where can we
See?
find Scooter?
As always, find me on Twitter at ScooterDust. The future of the remix is currently up in the air. Stay tuned to my Twitter feed for any further and upcoming announcements, and of course, revel in all my Twitch antics as my Dungeons and Dragons campaign uh, is starting to come to a very thrilling conclusion. I've been getting a major push over there. Join me along with Rico Constantino Jr. and the rest of the Smoking Dragons clan. Twitch.tv/Smoking Dragons. Also, I can announce this. I have signed on for not just one, but two future upcoming Dungeons and Dragons streams.
Alright. For Kaliko Yachts and Scooter Dust, I'm James J. And this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.
Chicago, Shish Kebab, Shish Expedition, Chicago! Yeah! Out there!